Okay, family, once again, great day, great day, great day. Coming to you once again, this is the Melanin Man, aka a voice of consciousness is the Melanin Man. Yeah, I just want to share my perspective on, of course, our divinity. It is every day, all day, every second, every nanosecond. Alright, and so my perspective on magic, miracles, and mishaps. There are none. Magic, miracles, and mishaps. There are no magic, miracles, or mishaps. Alright, why am I saying there are no such thing as magic, miracles, or mishaps? Because number one, we are the divine essence of the all that is, experiencing all there is to experience in this realm. And this realm is a realm where nature has the ability, or does play out its role completely, synchronistically, in harmony, and balanced. And we must, or we should, or we can, if so choosing, of the vessel that you're in, center yourself in the presence that you already are. Alright, so it's called magic because by those who have no real clue. I mean, let's be real. You know, the conditioning and the programming that's been given throughout the eons of time have been by an energetic presence that is one-sided. Its only concern, its only perspective, its only ideals are relative to personal interests. It's not, the interests have not been for the whole or the all of nature. It's only been for the capitalization of, or the controlling of, or the manipulation and management of that which is natural. So there is no magic because it only is magic to those who lack the ability to live and breathe in the presence of the all that they are and embracing their full power. Now, there are those who have the ability that are not melanated, or those that have lack of melanin. There's a different type of melanin, and they can do things, and it's exciting, and they're manipulating tricksters, I guess you could call it, or call them. And so if you only know how to manipulate and be skillful at mastering illusions, you would call it magic, because it's exciting to you. It's a phenomenon to you that lack the ability to naturally process. See, when you're doing when you're naturally processing the protocols that are relative to energy, frequency, and vibration, coupled with the intention of the heart, a willful intention of the heart, I mind you, in harmony with the consciousness that you stream, because that's what we all do. We stream energy We're streaming vessels that organize or manage energy through our systems. That's what we do. And so when we do it, embrace it, and allow ourselves the vessel that you are, or the vessels that you have, because you are not the vessel. You are this streaming energy coupled with the consciousness. So you have a couple of things. You have a few dynamics at play. You have the protocols at play of energy, frequency, and vibration. And they are of magnetism. They are of a ever in motion electrical current that you are already. So there's no real magic, because what you do is what is in the natural realm of the ability to do. Now they show you various things with superheroes, and believe it or not, well, I won't say believe it or not, you must know this or not, you will realize your true potential when you embrace the all of yourself. So what does that mean? That means you're incorporating balance, you're incorporating a centeredness, you're looking to be whole, you're looking to have this presence reveal itself to you, because the seed is in you already. The seed of your soul is already there. It is not like you got to go out somewhere and get this. See, you've been conditioned and programmed to think that you got to go get it. You have to work hard at it. No, all you have to do is know and allow. The energy is flowing, streaming. You're streaming energy all day long. Your brain is processing waves of energy through sound, through your ears, through your eyes, nose, mouth, when you touch. So you're streaming information, which is an energetic presence that you already are breathing in and out on a regular basis. So now you turn that inward and start not asking the questions, but making the demands. Hey, I want to see this. Hey, I need to experience all of me. Hey, what do I have to do to get access to the whole self that I am? You know, things like that. And then your subconscious event will turn on. When you're talking to yourself, you're turning on certain, not characteristical traits, certain aspects of your DNA. You can eat things, you cannot eat, you can drink water, you cannot drink water. It doesn't really matter. Only thing that matters is you have the intention, the willful intention, with an open heart that is not filled with hatred, anger, vindictiveness. I'm gonna get you back, I'm gonna pay you back, I'm gonna make you suffer like you. None of that. You can't carry that energy and do anything worthwhile with it. So when you're operating in harmony, it's a rhythm to this. When you start to turn on, tune in, and turn it up, there's a rhythm. Rhythm is very important to the universe, to the stars, to everything that moves. There's a dance with the seen and the unseen realm. And of course, the unseen regulates and determines what it is you see physically. Because with your first eye, not the third eye. You have a first eye. You see when you are tuned in. Tuning in means to turn in. You have to go within yourself to access this. Nobody can do it for you. That's why I don't give a whole lot of, I did this, you need to do this. No, it's more about you having dialogue within the self. Speaking to, I was saying your higher self, but actually it's a more harmonized self, a more synchronistic self, a rhythmic self that is streaming consciousness, flowing with the presence that's already there, that's already here, that's already you. This is what we're talking about. So there's no magic. It's only magic because those who don't understand, or overstand the protocols of nature, the natural flow and presence of how things work in nature. That's why it's magic to them. Things that happen in an instant, it's a miracle. I couldn't walk before, I can walk now. It's a matter of turning on, tuning in, and turning it up. Having the intention in your heart of hearts to have the desire. It's a desire to want more, want better, not want more, but want better for yourself considering the conditions. It's the same with you want something for your children, or you want, the presence that you already are is like your overlord, or you are your overlord. Let's say that. You are the presence that sits outside of time, that is sacred. That's why it's not here being manipulated, and twisted and messed with. The seed that is in your heart, the seed of the soul, is at the seat of you, is in the seat, is seated in you. The seed of the soul is seated in you, and untouched, unblemished. That's why they're doing so many different experiments and doing so many different things to try to get at it, to try to manipulate it, to distract you from it. However, you have the power to do whatever you desire. Now, the desires must match your heart's intention. Everything has to line up. And guess what? At some point, everything will line up, because that's the cycle. You cycle in, you cycle out. You cycle into a paradigm, you cycle out of a paradigm. The paradigms change. With every changing of the paradigm, or shifting of the paradigm, comes different dynamics and protocols with that paradigm. You no longer are in the paradigm of the this or that. It's one of knowing. So you are in a paradigm that is going to reveal itself. You are revealing yourself to you, and everything else is being revealed to you. Now, what do you want to know? How much do you want to be aware of? Because that's going to determine how high your frequency is, or how high your level of vibration. So there's no magic. There's only nature. There are no miracles. Anything that's happening to you, or that happens and you say it's a miracle, it is supposed to happen. It ain't something, it just kind of, it would have never did. No, you made some moves, you thought some thoughts, and you magnetized yourself to the reality that your imagination was holding in the subconscious. These are things that are happening, that are not miracles, They're just what nature intends. And the closer you harmonize and balance yourself with that all-knowing aspect of you, the easier it gets. The more things are not manifest, because everything exists right now. You've created nothing. Everything is here already. You just have to vibrate, harmonize, and vibrate to the frequency where it exists, or magnetize it to you based on your frequency. That's how this works. It's not I'm creating something. No, what you're doing is there's a quantum field of possibilities, and what you are doing is you're playing in the field of quantum realities. That's what they have no clue about. That's what they're trying to control and manipulate now with all of the quantum computers and all of this stuff. These are the things they're dealing with, the stuff that you're afraid of, which is natural to you. This stuff is natural to you. And the minute you get your mind wrapped around the idea that you are not you gonna be, or I'm trying to do. No, you already are. Now the question is, how do you process the level of awareness that harmonizes, is in balance, and synchronized with that which you already are? That's what's, because the distractions for the eons of time, the distractions have taken many's minds or awareness away from the realities and the truth. See, everybody's truth is not the same. That's another trick. And everybody's truth is not the same because everybody has different sets of experiences. The different experiences determines what is true for you or not true for you, based on what you've experienced or based on what you experience. You determine what that is. No one can tell you what that is. Now, nobody can come into your life or come to you and tell you, based on what you've experienced in your life, this is this or this is that. No one can do that. No one can do. You're the only one that know what you've gone through and how what you've gone through have you benefited from. And I guarantee you benefited from it. There's nothing. The divinity does not undermine itself. So we've been conditioned and programmed and traditionally relegated to finding ways to undermine ourselves. And it starts with the mind. It starts with the thoughts. It starts with the energetic ideals that you feed. So the mishaps, if you think that's what they are merely experiences to take you to another level of knowing yourself. So it's not a mishap. Nothing that happens is happening by chance. You're not looking at me, listening to me, or anyone that's talking anything of this frequency by chance or an accident. Or, I was trying to do this, but I got that. Let me see what it is. None of this is an accident. Everything is ordered. There is a rhythm and a rhyme to everything. That's why rhythmic rhyming is a big deal now. So there are those that have figured out ways to capitalize on things that are not that's it. They can capitalize on certain things, and so they do. Because they're in a system where they created that idea of currency, and you're the current. You're the current. Your emotional investment in anything is the value that you place in it. So no value has been placed in a lot of what is being spoken of within the realms of energy, frequency, and vibration. That which you don't see. The nanoparticles that they're talking about, you don't see, you can't see it. They need a microscope. You need to go. So you have the ability to communicate with the ethereal, that which is the unseen, and if you had any type of experiences and not attributed it to anything outside of you, you'll know it. That you've been given the idea of a savior to keep you distracted from saving yourself. Let me say that again. You've been given an idea, because it ain't no history. That being didn't walk the earth. So you've been given an idea around about a savior to distract you from saving yourself. Because that's the only way you're going to be. And you don't really need to be saved, to be honest. All you need to do is allow the consciousness to flow through you and reveal to you, speak to yourselves. Now, usually I don't write, well, I do write, but I don't write stuff to read. But this is something I want to read because I don't want to let this get away. How much time is it? Okay. Yeah, this is something I want to read that I've written. And it's about what we're talking about, or what I'm talking about. And that is miracles, magic, and mishaps don't really exist other than in the mind of those that impose their thoughts, feelings, and perspectives as projections of miserable states of being to oppress others. So that's a big part of where we are. We're doing a lot, we're experiencing a lot, and a lot has been defined for us for the purpose to keep you away from your power. Your power is not outside, nowhere. And all I'm doing is helping to spark memory. You don't get taught. Nobody's teaching you anything. See, I'm not one to think you're getting taught, or I'm teaching you something, or this is a lecture. That's an insult to the spirit. That's an insult to the soul that you already are. That's here. Awakening to your presence. That's an insult. Why? Because you have all you need. You already got it. Now you can be, anything outside of you is a tool that can be used to get you more aware or remind you of more awareness of yourself. You already have it. The soul is already chock full of all that is necessary to manage, maintain, or do anything on any level. Look at you. Look at how far you've come. Look at what you've accomplished. Look at what you're talking about when you talk about your ancestors, what they did. But where do you think they are? They're in that unseen realm of quantum possibilities, the quantum field of possibilities. You get to play with them. They are in you. You have the quantum. You have the quantum field of possibilities. You are a quantum field of possibilities. How about that? Everything that is, you already are. Every animal, everything in nature reflects your ability. The animals, all of the animal powers, all of the dynamism of nature is contained in your vessel. All you need do is be consciously aware and present with it, with your heart. All of your emotions focused on that. Because you've not experienced in this frame of time the reality and truth of the wholeness, the all that you already are. You're too busy thinking that only miracles happen to certain people. I don't have the magic because I don't know the tricks. You are the magic. You are the miracle. You think about, what is it, 500 million sperms, and only one sperm gets to penetrate that egg, and then once that egg is penetrated, no others can get in. I guess there's an exception with triples and quintuplets and all that stuff, but those are sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes a lot of that is aided with unnatural sources. But then there are those that are not. Obviously, there's so many different levels of this. You can't really say only one is or isn't. There's too many levels, and we have to start understanding, and overstanding that you are more than the body. You don't see that which you are is not seen. The essence of who you are is not seen. The essence of who you are is not physical. Just because you see it, it doesn't mean that's all it is. So continue to read some of the which I wrote. The truth is that there's only nature, period. Nature has characteristics and perennial traits in varying degrees of endogeny that have yet to be understood and therefore unresolved. Endogeny, or an endogenous aspect, it means what's already there. It's already in you. It's already a part of your makeup as a divine being. It's already there. You don't have to go get it. Can't nobody give it to you. And now you could be helped to be reminded. You can be reminded, which is what I'm doing. And in essence, it's to keep me on point. Keep me remembering. The more experience I have with doing this for me, the stronger I get with the knowing of the all that I already am. This is what this is about, family. It's not about trying to blow somebody up and make sure, follow him, follow this. I don't care if you follow me or not. But that don't mean this is not going to stop because I don't have no followers, or I don't have no friends. I grew up an only child, which is to my advantage to the extent that I understand, because you need solitary. You need to be solitary with this. This is for you. This is not for the world. I mean, you can spread it out around the world, sure. However, you got to get it first. You need to know it first. You need to be able to say, oh, okay, yeah, no, yeah, no, whatever. It has to be true for you, relative to you, expressed by you. That which is you is being expressed through you. It don't come from you. This, what I'm talking about, doesn't come from me. When I write, it doesn't come from me. It comes through me, and I capture some of the energy and able to translate, transpose, decode, and encrypt it in the encrypted information. That's what we do all day long, every day. all of the data that you're thinking, or that you're processing, or that you're saying, or that you're encrypting, decoding information all day, and it's coming from somewhere else. It's not coming from you. I don't care how many books you've read. You still take that information and you process it based on your level of understanding of that information, and that doesn't come from you, that comes through you, based on whatever level of vibratory frequencies that you're able to manage, maintain, and hold. And you can't hold it with hatred. It doesn't reside with anger. You can't do a whole lot with it if you're emotionally unstable. And so stress and all the things that you're constantly worrying and concerning yourself about, or we do, is designed to keep you away from that inner sanctum, keeping you outside of. But remember, the prodigal son or daughter returns. So we're in the sample, we're in the environment whereby we are the harvest. We're the seeds that were sown. We're the plants that were planted. We are the all that is right now. Right now. Okay, so some more that I've written says that clarity with the eternal secrets of divine infinity can only be realized by a genuine, sincere authenticity of the heart. Okay, let me say that again. Clarity with the eternal secrets of the divine infinity can only be realized by a genuine, sincere authenticity of the heart. So you got to be real. It ain't about being real with somebody. It's about being real with yourself. How sincere are you about what you say you want? Because your heart's going to reveal it. Your intention speaks to the heart of the matter. There's a rhythm and a flow to processing energy that you are transcribing, decoding, and it's encrypted and encoded for you. Now, how serious are you about it? It ain't about proving nothing to somebody. It's not, look at me and let me show you, because that's the ego. However, what you're actually doing will be revealed. And it will be revealed energetically, eventually physically, but just know. Cause comes before the effects. There's the cause, which is unseen. Then there's the effects, which is what is seen. So, they talk about reaping what you sow. Usually when you reap, when you're sowing, that's not seen. It's not being seen what you're sowing, because what you sow is in your heart. It's in the mind. You're processing something with an intention, something with your emotions. So that's not seen. And then you're magnetized to a place where what's in your heart shows up as a reflection of your experience, as a reflection in the experience. So now the question is, how do you relate to your life? How sincere and genuine are you about? Are you blaming everybody else and never taking responsibility for anything that happens because it was an accident, or there was it was a mishap, it was an accident that wasn't supposed to happen, but it did happen? So how are you dealing with what happened? Not how it shouldn't have happened, and if you hadn't have did that, and who did this, that ain't the reality of what it is for you to pursue. Because the more energy you put into that, the less likely you're going to have results with knowing what, why, and how come. Because you're choosing to say, no, it ain't, that wasn't supposed to happen. Well, no, and you want to argue and beleaguer the fact that it wasn't supposed to happen, and give all the zillion reasons why it shouldn't have happened, and and you told somebody that they wouldn't, if they hadn't did, never looking at the fact that it happened. Now, how do we deal with what happened? Because that's the reality and the truth of it all. So, and the final thing that I have here for thoughts is, once the relationship between the seated soul of the present source that you already are has been established, all is revealed in truth. That's the bottom line. So what's true for you may not be true for me. Doesn't mean it's not true. It's just not true for me. So we came out of that, but we've been indoctrinated, traditionally programmed, religiously conditioned to think that this is the only way. And it's important that you see it this way, or I don't have control over you, or I won't be able to manipulate you, or I won't have, you'll get away from, you'll be liberated. If you don't follow my lead or follow the way I'm thinking, I won't be able to deal with you. So we'll have to do away with you if you're not going to follow my instructions. Simon Says, Captain May I, Stratego, The Game of Life, the board game Sorry, the board game Monopoly. All of this is a game. And so you can play with yourself, not physically, but spiritually. However, with the consciousness that is that which is wholeheartedly the essence of your presence. You have that ability. However, you got to be real about it. If you looking to find fault in somebody, always finding judgment in somebody, the heart being light as a feather is more about not holding on to conditions and the programming that you've been given. That's the illuminated one. I mean, we all have some levels of illuminance. However, the light as a feather is referring to that which we are unattached to. We don't cling to that which we've been given, because we know that that's not the salvation. The process of salvation is you going within. You're not gonna get it depending on somebody outside of you or anything outside of you. You can use it as a tool to turn on, tune in, and turn up, and remember and start processing based on your memory as your cells come online, because everything is going to come online. There's going to be a synchronicity to the oneness, because we're in the cycle that's taking you back to where it all began. So we're getting back to the end is really the beginning, in essence. So, but anyway, today's date was is the 24th of April 2022. This has been the Melanin Man, aka a voice of consciousness. All right, protonmail.com is how you can get in touch with me. Still haven't gotten all the stuff in order yet. However, it will be. So voice of C at protonmail.com. Voice of C at protonmail.com. Not really sure why I'm not able to access the comments. Occasionally I get comments. Occasionally their comments are there and they don't seem to show up. So I'm not sure how that works. So if you have some comments or you want to get on my mailing list, I'm going to start a mailing list because I have some other content stuff that I'm going to start sharing, and I'd like to be able to spread it. You can keep in touch. Make sure you subscribe. It'd be nice if you do. If you don't, I'm still going to do what I'm doing. Like it, I guess. If you don't like it, you don't like it. You can say that too. This isn't really about trying to puff up the system. It's more about connecting to the energies that's at the frequency that is needed to lift one up, to lift us up, because we all in this together, whether we want to be or not. And you're there with those that are low frequency as well as the high. So we just have to understand and overstand there is a process, and it is ordered, and it is unique, and you are unique to this present moment. Okay? You're the miracle. You're the magic, because you cannot be explained. There's no one that can define all that you already are. You got to know this. Alright, so voice of C at protonmail.com. It'd be nice to communicate. And so the Melanin Man, aka a voice of consciousness,